What's going on, CALIVEGANs, and welcome into another episode of the CALIVEGAN podcast, the only calisthenics podcast that focuses on helping vegan men build muscle with calisthenics so you can train at home and become a better role model. The cool thing about this podcast too is that you guys lead the way. So if you're joining in, please drop some questions so we get the party started. Even if you're leaving right now, you can add some value and drop the question before you leave. As I promised last time, I will be more proactive into answering your questions instead of rambling about different things. But please, I create content for you. I'm just asking you to create questions for me so I can create content on top of it. And if you're watching on YouTube, the recording, make sure that you subscribe, like, comments if you have any extra question you want me to cover in these lives. And if you want to participate live, today we're actually late, right? There was some technical issues. But usually the CALIVEGAN podcast is going to be on my account, Stefano Vegan Calisthenics, every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Central European, all right, on my account. Please guys, drop some questions as you're joining in. And as I am doing my first set, today is upper body, focus as always, one arm pull up, and handstand push-ups. All right, as I do my first set, I want to see some questions so we get this live started. All right. The first set is always a test on how the workout is going to go, and today it seems like the best way to go about it is adding a set instead of going for 4 repetitions. Nice and clean. I actually didn't do any handstand before during my warm-up, so I hope my balance is not going to be all over the place. Bad idea not to do any handstand. Handstand push-ups, on the other hand, do feel pretty good. So we have 3, and then over here we have 3/1. Right. Have you guys been good and asked some questions? Alright guys, as you're joining in, even if you're leaving, drop some questions. It would really help me continue with this live and come up with valuable content for you. Even if you're leaving, you can come back later on, watch the recording, and get the answer to your questions. But we have only 2 questions in the chat box. So if there's not going to be any more questions, I'm just going to have to close the live. Let's see what's going on. Are you still going? Fuck! Destroying the kitchen. Am I still going to box? So I used, no, I don't used to. I do kickboxing but I was doing it. So my commitment to kickboxing was more before. I wanted to do fights. I wanted to be consistent in just going to kickboxing, and honestly, I still want to. I would like to do fights too, but the problem is that I realized that the commitment I was giving to kickboxing and the time I was dedicating to kickboxing, it was just not in line with my priorities. And the gym, kickboxing gym, was too far away. I was spending 3 hours to go to that kickboxing because 20 minutes drive back, and the class was 1 hour and a half, and you lose always some extra time. So it was too much time I was dedicating to it. And unfortunately, the gym that is here, I don't really like it. They do Kempo, karate, and box. But I did find a friend, a Moroccan friend, who's been doing kickboxing for 6 years, so he has experience, and actually I really enjoy doing kickboxing sessions with him, and we're doing twice per week. So I still do it. My approach to kickboxing is different. I'm not thinking about competing and doing any fights. Maybe in the future, if I live close to a good gym, maybe things can change. Please guys, drop some questions as you're joining. The two of you that are live, I want to see 2 questions from you, even if you're leaving. Oops. What do you feed your dog? I feed Nina the cheese. Nina. So I feed her vegan dog food, like plant-based dog food. It's actually crazy that there are so many vegans out there that they think it's okay to exploit and torture other animals to take care of one animal. It's just absolutely crazy. It makes no sense that you think it's okay as a vegan when you think it's not okay to exploit animals, but you think it's okay to do it just because you need to take care of one animal, when also, to this point, it's easy to know that dogs and cats and all animals can be healthy on a plant-based diet. It absolutely makes no sense. When I went vegan and I adopted Nina, like the first thing that I was thinking was, okay, I'm not going to buy animal products for her. I'm going to make sure that I find a way to feed her with plant-based food. And in the beginning, I cooked for her like some plant-based foods, like literally vegetables, rice, and lentils, and she wouldn't eat that. So I was trying, and I tried to cook something different for my dog Nina, like pasta with peas and stuff like that, and she wouldn't eat it. Or even better, sometimes she would eat it, sometimes she wouldn't. Until I realized that she was basically seeing me as a chef of a restaurant that would prepare different things based on what she fancied. And when I realized that, so I stopped doing it and I just left the food into the bowl, and eventually she realized that that was going to be the thing that she was going to eat. And yeah, so, and now she has she literally eats a lot of the plant-based food. She got used to it, and that's it. She's healthy every time we go to the vet. Everything it's okay. The 4 people who just joined, drop some questions. All right, let's get the party started. I actually don't have any questions in the chat, so if I don't have any questions, I'm just going to leave and everyone is going to be set. Oh, fuck. Ooh, 7 people, guys. I should have 7 questions in the chat. Please help these today live survive. You know, we're not doing very well today with the questions. Where do I live in Spain? Yes, I live in Malaga. Thank you, amore. Well, let's talk about my training then. So, one thing that I wanted to share is that, you know, guys, I think at this point is a month ago that I gave up, you know, specific planche training, you know, if you don't know what planche is. And yeah, what I've noticed is that, first of all, I enjoy my workout more again. Things, the progression is more linear. And I also noticed that because I kept one planche exercise, which I'm going to do after this. Which is the assisted planche push-ups with the parallettes in the tuck position, of course. But I'm noticing that I am getting stronger again in that exercise by not focusing on planche. So I think that absolute strength and overall strength for me works much better than focusing on skills in calisthenics. I enjoy it more too. And also another thing is that I noticed that I have more muscles a little bit, and I think it's just a consequence of training movement patterns that are more straightforward and less technique, but rather raw strength. And I already feel like I'm progressing better with the handstand push-ups compared to the planche training, and so happy about that change. All right, so back of sets with a green band, we should be able to do at least 5 repetitions. Guys, if you want to collaborate, you can ask some questions as I'm doing my set. Oh, fuck. Back of sets with the green band, we did 5, even though the last one was a little dirty. Whoa. Okay, set up. What's the question? Spider-Man says put a flower on your hand. Bro, like, do you think I started doing calisthenics yesterday? Of course, always using chalk. For the ones that are online, please ask questions. So Amore is asking, how am I feeling? Feeling pretty good. I'm aligned. I feel aligned in many aspects of my life right now. I think things are growing. I noticed a little bit of a higher anxiety level recently, but overall I'm doing good with the addiction part specifically. I feel like that's under control, even though in these days I'm thinking about escaping a little more, but I did not. Like this weekend I did not drink alcohol, and I had people drinking around me, and so I feel like it's under control. And I wanted to say something else. Oh yeah, and I slept 10 hours today, which, I definitely feel rested, and I must say that anxiety level are lower. Like lack of sleep is a huge factor in in my anxiety level. My therapist also mentioned it, so this should be 6 or 7. Let's start with 6, and if it feels good, I will try 7 in the next sets. I think it feels good enough. I'll try 7 in the following. Is it harder to train now that I'm fasting? I actually did not fast today. I didn't want to do it. So my fasting practice is inconsistent. I just go as I feel. My main goal with fasting is, improve my health and give the body time to focus on detoxifying and healing. And as a result, I'm aiming to improve my asthma symptoms. But yeah, my goal is kind of do as much fasting as possible. And usually on Monday, like from Sunday to Tuesday, I do a long fast. I've done it for the past 3 weeks, but not today. However, I organize my fasting and workouts in a way that do not affect each other. So I'm not going to prioritize fasting over training. I make sure that my fasting, like let's say I start a 2-day fast, I will start it on Sunday evening, right? Sunday evening I start the fast. I work out on Monday morning, so the fasting is not affecting my workout because I fueled my body anyway. My body has stored energies. And then I make sure to stop the fast, at least like 12 hours before my next workout. Probably less, it's good too, but yeah, about 12 hours or 10 hours before my next workout. So, based on this, no, my workouts are not harder because of fasting. How often and how do you train your core? So I do one superset per week. On a Friday is when I do it, and it's basically a L-sit hold, and then I do a hollow body variation. I'm focusing on hollow body leg raises, and then I actually hold the position. So it's kind of try to do 30 seconds work in which I do leg raises and then hold till the end of the 30 seconds, kind of like that. I just kind of go to failure, and then I do some lateral raises, which basically I was neglecting, like side oblique abdominal muscle training. And when I've done it seriously in the past 2 weeks, I had, muscle soreness for days, and it was a very, very long time I didn't feel that on my oblique. Right, back to work. As you're joining in, guys, drop some questions. Let's keep the party going. Alright, so we said 7. Let's see if we can do 7. I think I've done 8 actually, but let's count it 7. As you can see, I am getting stronger in my planche training more than I was when I was focusing on planche. It's a madness. Spider-Man says, do not push too hard. Spider-Man, what are you doing in my page? This is what we do. We push hard, especially doing the workouts, because you want to use strength training as your training camp for life. You want to use this training plan, this hour slot that you have dedicated to strength training, to be as disciplined as possible, to go as hard as possible, and to be as structured as possible. So these 3 components will be created in your mind as strong mindset tools that you can apply to life, right? So I know you were joking, but I just wanted to make that point. I would prefer you guys to ask me the questions in English in the chat. It's just easier for me to read them. Spider-Man also says to keep healthy is important, and I just wanted to add to that. That there is that feeling of it's not about the look, it's not about the strength, it's all about being healthy. Well, first of all, like, health is, you healthier the stronger you are. It's just like other parts of your health journey. So the stronger you are, the more muscles you are, the more functional you're going to be long term as you get old. So So yeah, and also the definition of healthy, to be honest, is quite shady, right? Because for many people, being healthy just means the absence of diseases. But actually, if you don't have diseases right now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have it tomorrow. So, keep this in mind, and always aim to make better and better health choices and having healthier and healthier habits over time, as well as not being okay with where you're at right now when it comes to all the different physical activities that you do. It just get better and better and better over time. Of course, you can push it to be to an unhealthy point if you do competitive sports, but use common sense. For the most part, improving over time in strength, in cardio, and all of these things is the way to be healthy, rather than, to be healthy, it's okay to do 10K steps per day. Definitely not. You also have to do cardio and run and strength and mobility and all the other things. Seven. Definitely making good progress there. Aryan says, go hard or go home. Exactly. Gotta go hard. Always push hard within the health possibilities. I think that quote is exactly like the representation of what I just said. Perfect. Margherita Arrighi is asking, I'm Italian, do you understand Italian now? I'm Italian too. Where did you get the information that eating vegetables makes your muscle grow? Have you experienced it yourself? I love that these questions keep coming up, because it just means that, my message is needed out there. Margherita, it's not vegetables that make you build muscles. It's training. You can build muscle with any diet. If you're getting stronger, you're building muscles. Like, it's not vegetables, it's not nuts, it's not tofu, it's not legumes, it's not water, it's not having a spoon of olive oil, it's not adding salt to your water, it's not vinegar and water in the morning, it's not fasting in the morning. It's none of these. It's none of these things. Muscle grow because of training. It's like a common question that I have gotten repeatedly recently was, hey, come on, now tell us, what did you eat to build your muscles? And I'm like, I didn't eat to build muscle. I trained to build muscle. And to be completely honest with you, like, I'm not making this thing up. Since the beginning of my journey, when I was 15 years old, my brain, my idea and conclusion was that the reason why I was getting results and some of the people at the gym or some of my friends weren't getting results, it was because I was training hard. was going to the gym and go hard. And I was, canalizing all of my insecurities into training, and that's why I was going hard. And this is what I would answer people when they would tell me, like, what do you eat? Like, I am consistent and I go hard in the gym. It's not the food. But then of course I was also, brainwashed by the common knowledge of people that, oh yeah, it's all about the food. Well, it's not. It's about training. Fuck. Oof. I think it's time to add some extra repetitions too. Let's see if I can do 2 more. Ooh, yes. So this is actually an important training concept that you want to apply when you're training. Instead of thinking that eating vegetables is going to make your muscle grow like Margarita thinks is going to happen, understand that eating progressive overload and extra reps and extra sets, this is what's going to make your muscles grow. Forgot to put the rest again. So what I'm doing right now, as you've noticed in my last set, both the front lever and the planche, is that for my last set, I made sure to create some extra volume to get me closer and to failure, right? In my case this time, for the front lever exercise, instead of doing it in the half flay position, I shortened the lever to make it easier and added a couple of repetitions, as well as jumping back up and just holding, right? So your last set, you want to push it to failure as much as possible, all right, with common sense. So you don't want to do things that are not done with a good technique. You don't want to bring failure to, a lot of added useless repetitions, okay? It needs to make sense. It needs to be like an extra 1, 2, 3 reps at high intensity. And then for the tack planche push-ups, I just rested 10 seconds and added 2 extra repetitions. Right, so there is some setup to do as of right now. What's on my neck? I got vegan, I got gold chain, I got the microphone, and I have another tattoo here. No, I've also got this tattoo here on my neck. Margarita is asking, okay, but you don't improve with something chemical? So if you're asking about steroids, no, I don't take any steroids. I never did. But yeah, I want to expand on steroids actually. But let me first go for my set. I still did not set up the area properly. Also, I have to move you around so you can see what I do. Should be fine. By the way, guys, I would like to a bit of a shorter rest, but you know, these lives are important to do, so that's okay. I don't remember what I did last time actually. 4 sets of 9 and 4 sets of 7 for the handstand push-ups. So let's see if we can do 8 handstand push-ups. That would definitely make me happy. Eight. I just fell because of balance, not strength. So yeah, that felt good. 8. Can I do 4 sets of 8? We'll see. So about steroids, okay? So I started sports when I was very young, and I don't know, like I always naturally saw fitness, sport and physical activity as, you know, it's something that you do to improve your health, and you know, that's your safe space from toxic life. So using steroids like never really crossed my mind. I've never been, you know, attracted to it. And also, to be honest, I was very naive as well when I was young. I did not realize that people around me was using steroids. Now I do. Now that I think back, at the gym there was people using steroids, but yeah, I really don't see a reason. I know that especially in English, the conversation about steroids is kind of, it's almost normal, right? Yeah, they do talk about the negative effect, but then they also say, but who are you to judge someone that wants to look a little bit better and is using steroids? So the conversation around steroids is very irrational, even from the people that says they are against it because they used it themselves, and then they kind of say, yeah, I am no one to judge, and they're normalized at the end of the day. But I think that steroids, yeah, just a very, very bad choice, you know. Even if you do like the famous whole testosterone replacement testosterone replacement treatment, because you went to a doctor, did a test, and your testosterone were low. Are you looking at your habits? Because if you're not vegan, Well, that's the reason why one of the reasons why your testosterone low. Well, not vegan, but that would be the wrong description of the word veganism. Veganism is about not wanting to exploit animals, but if your diet is not plant-based and you're eating a lot of unhealthy animal products that are carcinogenic and not well digested for the body and high in cholesterol that increase cardiovascular diseases risk and other diseases, well, that's the reason why your testosterone is low. Not because you need testosterone and you need to be medicated. So, and also taking drugs because you want to be, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. Really. Also the bodybuilding world itself, that's why I really don't, I mean, it's funny to watch the bodybuilding videos for sure, people talking about bodybuilding, but I really don't like the fact that it's a sport that actually requires the use of steroids. That's madness, you know. And on top of that, I would say that I also don't use any supplements, protein powders, and creatine. All right, there is improvement. No supplements needed to build muscles on a plant-based diet. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Spider-Man, sabemos que la calistenia es tu vida. Oh yeah, I should translate that. So Spider-Man, help me, just write in English directly. So he says that calisthenics is my life. That's not true, you know. That's absolutely not true. And this is often a misconception I address with people that are interested in working with me. They want to build muscle as a vegan. And when I ask them the questions, you know, how important are your fitness goals on a scale of 1 to 10? They might say 7, 8. So why is it not a 10? The answer is always because there are other things, you know, family, work, you know, my passion, whatever. And here's the point. Giving a 10 out of 10 priority to fitness is not about making your whole day and your whole week about fitness. It's literally about dedicating 3 hours per week to a workout. That's it. It's not like I'm studying calisthenics the rest of the day. It's not like I only watch calisthenics videos, listen to calisthenics podcasts. I actually don't do that. I already have a method that works, makes me progress. Of course, sometimes I make some little adjustments, but for the most part, my method is locked in. And no, calisthenics is not my life. I don't compete. And even when it comes to coaching people, I don't coach people to make calisthenics their life goals, but rather I help people using calisthenics training so they can build muscle improve confidence, improve energies, doing it in a way that's also time efficient because they can work out at home. So my life is actually animal rights. That would be what I want to dedicate my life to. Just to give you a little bit of explanation. How much plant-based protein we need per day? Good question. Let's do my first. This is my third set. Right. Okay. That would be very good news if I can do 10 repetitions. This is 10 kilograms, by the way, if you were wondering. Fuck. Oj, oj, oj. That was 10. Eight again here. And 8. Nice. Making progress. Another comment about training, like as a beginner, this probably doesn't happen too much if you have a well-structured workout, but it will happen. And when you're like training for 2-3 years, like me, this definitely happens. And that is that often your progression for your, main exercises like one arm pull-up and handstand push-ups, the exercises that are hard for you and you're trying to progress, the progression for those exercises will be slow and often feel like you're not moving anywhere. Like today, for example, I didn't make any progress on my one arm pull-up. I did the same then compared to last week, but I have done extra repetitions in my 10 kilogram pull-ups. So this is still adding to the overall strength progression. And these secondary and tertiary exercises are there exactly for this reason, because they should be easier, working at lower intensity, and be more likely to allowing you to progress the volume, which will add up in the adaptation for your next sessions and perhaps allowing you to progress in your first and main exercise. I am so dry. So how much plant protein per day we need? So here's the thing. Personally, I am not looking at that anymore. Basically, I don't look at my protein intake at all. But if I had to give a target, I say just make sure that you hit the recommended daily intake, which is 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. When it comes to my intake, I'm usually below 60 grams. If I eat a lot of fruit, I'm probably eating 45 grams of protein per day. and I've been doing this for, I don't know, 12, I think it's about 6 months now, right? So if you're wondering, oh, are you going to lose strength and, muscles? Yeah, I'm not losing strength and I'm not losing muscle. If that was the case, we would have seen already the negative impact of eating less protein, but that's not the case. So do not give your protein intake a priority, because it doesn't make much difference. Either you eat more or less protein, but what's going to make a difference in your longevity, your health, as well as your longevity, health, and your energy levels, right? The way you feel is how healthy are the choices that you are making within your diet. And again, eating more protein is not about healthy. So focusing on more fruit. Right, and again. Oh, fuck. Whew. All right, that's it. 1 gram per kilogram of body weight, approximately. Yeah, 0.8 is sufficient, and I would add to the fact that 0.8 is sufficient. That's the daily recommendation that most countries give. But also understand that these numbers are pumped up for safety. So if you eat less than 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, you'll be good too. Okay, so do not think that, oh, I'm eating more so I can make up for it. It's not necessary. As I said, I eat less. Fuck! No. We're not giving up the last repetition like that. Not happening. Just one. Finito. All right. Why they say we need meat? I mean, you are listening to the wrong people. If you listen to people that say you need meat, just explore the plant-based community and you will listen the opposite. So it's really about who do you want to listen to, all right? And here's the thing. If you listen to the people that tells you you need meat, it means that you are ignoring the fact that by eating animal products, you're exploiting animals to death. So if you think animals deserve respect, the only way to respect them is to live vegan and to embrace plant-based options and eliminating the consumption of animal products. Okay, so it is a fairy tale and a lie that you're telling to yourself in order not to change your habits if you think that you need meat. I mean, you have, I don't know, maybe you're new on my account. I don't know, perhaps you're new. But yeah, like, are you ignoring what you're seeing? Like, we need meat to survive. You know, this thing should already clarify my existence and the existence of other vegans. All right, so there's a few things going on here. Spider-Man, do you speak English? That's a good question. Yeah, he does speak English because he's answering my my comments that one was closer to the wall with the parallels. The English of Spider-Man is good, but not that good, so he prefers to speak Spanish. Okay. Oh, I think there was a lot of things that happened in the chat, perhaps. All right, I'll try to answer them all quickly. What about your recovery? So my recovery includes sleep, right? And also I make sure that I like my workout plan structured in a way that there is a lot of rest between sessions of the same muscle group, so they're likely to be completely recovered. So basically I do my upper body on Monday, upper body on Friday, so there's more than 2 days within the week, and then a leg day on Wednesday, so there's a whole week of rest. And I also do one deloading week every 5 weeks, in which I do only one upper body workout per week. What about magic mushrooms? I don't know. I did them sometimes. They give me nausea, though. I think I prefer LSD. How much protein did you say you eat in a day? Sorry, I just got here. Less than 70 grams per day. I eat much less than that, okay? Love from India. All right, finished. Guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. These lives are on Monday, 9:30 a.m. Central European. You can create an event on your calendar. Why not? So you get a notification to come live and ask questions. That would help me. That would help me as well to create content. You know, if you just want to support me, that's a good way to do it. And if you're a vegan man who's struggling to build muscle and is waiting January to start your fitness journey, I have the solution for you. Instead of starting January, we start now, so you create the habits to be successful in January, and I don't charge you for the period that goes from now until the 10th of January. So if you're actually too busy to commit to it, and you will not be able to do everything, but just few things during January, you will still be able to do something and start January with better momentum. That's the word. All right? If that's you, DM me the word New Year and we'll have a conversation about your fitness goals.